Hello, so this video is to help you find where things are in Canvas, in your Canvas course, to see how the Canvas course is organized, and I will also tell you how to study. But first, I want to make sure you are set up, your account is set up to be notified. So first, you want to go into your account and go to notifications. And this is part of the making the most of Canvas module. And I want you to get notified when you receive an announcement. And so you can be notified immediately or daily, have a daily summary. I recommend notify immediately if you are not working during the day, for example. You may want to turn on the notifications whenever you have a score entered. And submission comments is also another one. I want you to be notified immediately or have a daily summary, because whenever I grade your exams or, for example, you introduce yourself to me, I will make comments and I want you to be aware of those. I want you to be notified when you have an email from the Canvas course, and these are called conversation messages. So again, notify immediately or have a daily summary. So those conversation messages are emails from the Canvas inbox, that you will get from me, personal emails or class emails. I want you to be notified. So that's for notifications. Then the profile will allow you to change your picture by clicking on that crayon there. And settings will allow you to add another email address if, for example, the Seattle College's edu address is not the one you're looking at frequently. Then I recommend to add an email address that you look more easily, several times a day. You can even add another method of contact, like, for example, a phone number. So, and these will be available then in notification, and you can, use that preferred email address over the other. So that's for getting set up to be notified, put your pictures on, and mainly to be notified immediately or at the end of the day for things like submissions, emails, announcements. So now we'll go into the course. And so here, this is the home page for the course. And so that's the student view now. You have in the home page, that's where you have all the modules. And the first module is making the most of Canvas and Zoom. And you need to complete all items. And I showed you how to go to your notification preferences, update your profile. Here it's a recommendation that you need to check your grades. For this, you click this navigation bar. Communicate and engage with your instructor. For this, you use the inbox. And then I recommend to get the Canvas app for your phone and install the CHEM scanner app also in your phone. This will allow you to submit files of handwritten work, because for the exams and for introduce yourself to me, I want you to write down on paper your answers and then submit them as a file, a PDF file. And so CHEM scanner will work with Canvas if you have the Canvas app on your phone. The CHEM scanner app will communicate with the Canvas app so that you can submit directly. When you take your pictures, you can submit your pictures into one file directly into Canvas, where you need to submit an assignment. So I recommend doing that, install CHEM scanner. If you do not have already a way to submit PDF files, then use that, please. And there is a Zoom tutorial. If you are not familiar with Zoom, we will have office hours or class meetings with Zoom. so mostly office hours, right? The first module here you need to go through all items before the second module will unlock. The second module is about introducing yourself and taking the technology survey. So this will unlock once you have been through the first module. And there you have a technology survey to take to tell me what kind of technology you have, and do you have Wi-Fi at home. Then there is the introduce yourself to me, where you will tell me more about you, and there are questions you need to answer. And that's where you will submit a handwritten paper as a file, a PDF file. Introduce yourself to the class is a discussion. Discussions are available also through this discussion navigation bar. So do that as soon as possible to be ready to start working on the chemistry, from the first week. Next, there is the syllabus module. You have the syllabus document, the schedule. I recommend printing the schedule. It's just one page. So this way you will know, what you need to study for which week. These chapter numbers correspond to the required textbook. That's the topics. And then you have the schedule for the homework, quizzes, exams, detailed here. So that's why I recommend to print that page. Otherwise, you have the Macmillan Learning Achieve instructions. That's what you will look at to know what to do to connect your Canvas course and your Achieve homework account. My cat is acting up. Yeah. So please follow those instructions and click on that link here, how to connect your Canvas account with Achieve here. This will show you step by step. There is even a video, I think, to show you how to do this connection between your Achieve account and your Canvas course. There is the possibility to not pay just yet the Achieve homework. You can start a grace period. This will allow you to enroll and start working on the homework for free for 2 weeks. So if you are tight in cash, then you may want to use that. Then you have the textbook. I've shown the textbook in previous videos, bookstore operations. And then the link to open source textbooks. In case financially you have no aid, there is the possibility to use open source textbook, which means it's available online for free, but you have to have a good Wi-Fi at home. And the one I recommend, there is two. The Chemistry First version of an Introduction to Chemistry by Mark Bishop, but I would recommend that you use the OpenStax Chemistry Atom First second edition, because I have created a list of the sections that you should read, in which order you should read them, or order of reading with missing information. So here it shows you which chapter you should go through and which section, and then that's the topics. And when I don't specify stop or omit, you need to read the whole section. And then sometimes there is missing information compared to what I say in my lecture videos. So that's why I would recommend that you use the OpenStax. The mathematics workbook for chemistry is focusing on the mathematical aspect of chemistry only. And that has been created by math instructors at South to help chemistry students do the mathematics required for chemistry. And that's typically dimensional analysis. What we call dimensional analysis is unit conversions. So if you have difficulties with the mathematical aspect of chemistry, I strongly recommend that you practice with this workbook. This is a lot of examples with solutions on how to do it. So in my videos, I also explain how to do, mathematics. We have then a playlist, a YouTube playlist. So all my lecture videos are on a YouTube playlist. This YouTube playlist is about, getting ready for the quarter, reading the syllabus. So let's look at it. So this first playlist is assembling videos where I introduce myself. That's the first video. The video that was the first announcement when I published the course, and that you should have looked at before the quarters begins, because that's everything you need to do to be ready to learn chemistry. And then this morning, the announcements for week 1 was are announced already. I know it's early, but I really want you to be ready to learn chemistry from the first week and have all the, things you need to do that are not about chemistry. I want you to have them done before that. This is the video I'm recording, how to study and use resources on Canvas. It will change. And once we will have our first Zoom meeting on the syllabus, we will have a new video for the syllabus question answered. So that's what you will find in this YouTube playlist. Then we have the syllabus questions for the first Zoom meeting. This is helpful for those who will join the first Zoom meeting. We will be in breakout rooms and you will answer those questions. And once I have recorded the answers I will give to those questions, then you will have the Word document with answers. And then you will have the video detailing the answers there. So if you cannot make the first Zoom meeting, then you will have to go through these documents or the video. The video is always best because I can say more than what's written on the paper. And once you have gone through, those questions and read the syllabus, the first 9 pages at least, the last 2 pages are not really about this course, but more about college policies. So then you can take the syllabus quiz, and it is due next. Let me look at the calendar. The syllabus quiz will be due on Thursday, September 30th. Introduce yourself to me and introduce yourself to the class will be due next Wednesday. And the first homework will be due on Thursday. So that's why you need to take care of all these things, and then have time to read chapter 1 or look at the lecture videos and then do the homework on Achieve. And so you can see from this calendar that I have put all the due dates on Monday nights, midnights, or Thursday midnights. And in November, it's about the same, but then we start to have some dates shifted because of, for example, the Veterans Day on November 11 and Thanksgiving on November 25. So then after that, in December, due dates are on Wednesdays, basically. So make a habit of looking at the calendar on Canvas. That's a good way to see, what are the due dates, what you need to do for when. Then there will be the link for the Zoom meeting in that Zoom meeting schedule. And each week I may change because I may change those hours or days, you know, the hours I mean, because it's going to be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, but sometimes I may change the hours between 8 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. And so there is exceptionally a meeting on Monday, the first day of the quarter at 4 p.m. So the link is there, and that's where I will have you work on the syllabus questions, and then I will record the answers into a video. And so that's, you know, the best is to attend, and that's the Zoom link for that. And then, so how do you study once you have done all this preparation work? Notice here there's also schedules and Zoom links for some of the tutoring centers. For us, it's the MAST that you want to use for chemistry. That's the most useful. So look at that schedule to know when to log in. So otherwise, how do you want to study? The way the course is organized is that you have a chapter per module. So a module is for a chapter. You have the title of the chapter, the topics covered in that chapter. And yeah, I have that video again here on how to study and use resources. But then each chapter will have the lecture slides, the PowerPoint slides available there. So it's just the PowerPoint slides. And I do not recommend to use that to study. It's not enough to just look at the slides. You want to look at the videos. So go to the YouTube playlist. And each chapter has, you know, videos. And the way I name them is that it's CHEM 139, chapter 1, V1 for the first video, and then V2 for the second video. And then you have the topic covered after that. So chapter 1 is short. There is only 2 videos for it. So you want to watch those videos and have a notebook and write down your notes. When there is concept checks, which are, you know, practice problems within the video, I strongly recommend that you pause the video and work on the problem before watching the solution, because it is important that you are actively trying to solve the problem yourself and not just passively listening to the answers, because you will not learn if you are just passively listening. It is important you are actively trying, and hopefully you will be able to do the work and then look at the solution and verify that you did the work correctly. Sometimes you may find it hard and not have the answers yet, but then there is the more practice to do. Sorry, I should do next. So what comes next in the module for chapter 1 is the chapter 1 review docs and video. So once you've covered the chapter 1 lecture videos and learned, studied that chapter, then I have those chapter review, which are, you know, questions and problems on that chapter. And I want you to try solving them before you look at the answers, right? The answers are then available here. Yeah, it's not showing up here. And the answers can also be looked as a video. You have recordings on chapter 1 review answers. And as always, watching the video will always be an experience that is more helpful, I think, than just looking at the answers written on a paper, because I'm talking and explaining, and I may say things that will help you understand more. So I always recommend to watch the video if you have the time. I know you may be short in time, and then the documents with the answers hopefully will be enough. So that's how chapters are organized, the modules for each chapters. Sometimes you will have then a quiz. So for example, here, quiz on 1 and 4 means it's the quiz on chapter 1 and chapter 4. Sometimes you have extra documents, and do not ignore those. They are here to help you. Typically, these documents typically are reference tables, you know, references that are helpful to use when you study that particular chapter. And here, for example, chapter 4, there is a periodic table, and I strongly recommend to print this. The schedule and the periodic table should be the minimum you are printing from this course. You see that we are at the end of the course here, and I have not published the next chapters, but what will come after chapter 4 is chapter 11, as you can see from the schedule, and then chapter 3. So notice how we are not covering the chapters in the order that they are in the textbook. And I want to emphasize those chapter numbers refer to the textbook that is required. Let me show a picture quickly here. The Zoomdal and the Cost textbook that you would get if you have financial aid. That's the textbook you would get. Introductory Chemistry, a Foundation by Zoomdal and the Cost, the 9th edition. Right, and by the way, while we are here, the calculator I recommend is this one, the TI-30X2S, not the TI-30XA, but if you already have the TI-30XA, then don't buy another one. If you do not have a scientific calculator, then buy the TI-30X2S. That's a better one because I make videos to explain how to use it. And it's more intuitive the way you enter things in it than in the TI-30XA. So that's for the calculator. So the way you want to look at things is that you want to look at the to-do list here, see what's coming up, what's due. Another way to look at what's coming up as far as assignments is looking at assignments here. They are listed in order that they are due. And so there's a long list because it's the whole quarter there. You have the homework. Homework are named HW and then the chapter number. So HW4 is the homework on chapter 4, and this is done on Achieve. So if you click there, you need to load the homework. And so the beauty of connecting Achieve with Canvas is that you can directly go into your homework in Achieve through Canvas. And it will also make the grades automatically from Achieve to Canvas. They will be published in Canvas. I don't have to enter them myself. So, and this way your grade is updated, all the time into the grades there. Right. So another way to look at things is also using grades, I guess. That's it. I think I've covered everything I wanted to say. So if you have more questions, please do not hesitate to send me emails or join the Zoom meetings, right? Zoom meetings will be published in that module here. And so I wish you a great quarter.